Hello, thank you for joining me and listening to some music today. If you haven't heard this song or seen these lovely fellows, do you think everyone in the world has heard this? Maybe somewhere on a distant island someone hasn't heard this song. But anyway, it is very well known and it is a very jolly song, but it has very deep lyrics and not so jolly lyrics. So let's give it a listen and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone help. When I was younger, so much younger.
I love the counter melody on this.
I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and opened up the doors.
You know what I mean? It just makes you want to dance. It's full of energy, and then you listen to these lyrics. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and opened up the doors. Now, John Lennon said this was inspired by the Beatles just being so overwhelming, becoming that famous so quickly, being so overwhelming, and this was a bit of a cry for help. Yet it was packaged in this danceable melody with this beautiful counter melody. I have to admit, I love how you've got the melody and then this opposing counter melody that sits underneath it is so beautifully done.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Poor John.
And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please help me? Now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze.
I love how Paul McCartney's trying to peek up beside his shoulder. That's so cool. So John Lennon described this song as one of his favourite songs and one of his most genuine songs as well. So he really meant those lyrics, but they still had fun, even though you could see from this music video. And what I'm finding really interesting is the precision on John Lennon's vocals and then the slidiness on that counter melody with the three other band members. So you're going now with that big kind of jazzy scoop there. John Lennon's kind of interesting as well because he really hated his voice and often asked the producer George Martin to cover it up or add effects or could he do anything. He once said, can you like smother it with ketchup or something? He really disliked his voice, and now it's so difficult. His voice is so iconic. It's hard, it's hard to be objective about it when you know songs so well and when also you know voices so well. They just feel right because we're so used to them, and that's something to bear in mind with your singing. The more you get used to something, the more right it feels for you and other people as well.
But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need you like I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please help me?
Those head voice moments on the please help me. What's really lovely is the strength of all their head voices actually. It's really, really beautiful. This song was once used in a Ford commercial in 1985 and they asked the Beatles if they could use it and the Beatles said no. So they got a sound-alike group to record the song and did it that way. I don't think that would be allowed now. I don't know if that works in copyright law now, but obviously did then. And this is also one of the first songs, or the first Beatles songs certainly, to feature a fade out, a vocal fade out, and of course that has been so popular. That was really popular in the 90s. I remember every song had a vocal fade out for a while. I think everything is a bit more defined endings now, but we go through phases, and a lot of that idea started here, and they were so forward thinking in their production in general.
When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I've changed my mind and opened up.
Paul McCartney's really funny in this.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me, help me, help me.
Well, today was just a fun day listening to an iconic song, and I loved it. I have also recently released some of my own music, and I'd love if you could check it out. I actually produced it with a guy called Roy Kerr, who was in a duo with Paul McCartney.